venues. And here we go then with the 150, the Betfair Price Rush Hurdle. Irving was the winner last year. You will be really familiar with all four of these. The magnificent Melodic Rendezvous, blinkered for the first time, the old boy. Richard Johnson arrives for Jeremy Scott. My Tent or Yours, the champion hurdle runner-up. Noel Feely for Nicky Henderson. Old Guard, a revelation last season. Cheek piece today, Harry Cobden making the most of his opportunities that he's been given by Paul Nicholls. And Debello, the Scottish champion hurdle winner for Harry and Dan Skelton. 2.5 miles a furlong is the trip, and four really classy animals.
Well, My Tent or Yours is a horse who, it's just interesting watching him going to post here, Graham, because he looks so relaxed.
Yeah.
And if he can carry that into the race, I think he'll win.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any doubt about it.
Yeah, he's one of the great what might have beens had he stayed fit for long enough and had he relaxed in his races. But he's been third at 3 Cheltenham festivals, second to Annie Power, the most recent, and this was on the back of a long absence, Mick.
Yeah,
so we can't really think that fitness should be a major
But
problem.
he hadn't run for almost 2 years prior to this. So that shows you, well, you know, what he's capable of. Just look at the horses around him, the new one, you know, Annie Power, who's a superstar in her own right, and this horse is perfectly capable of putting up a performance like this. The key for me today is there's only 4 runners. What's going to make the running? Is he going to grab the bull by the horns, Noel, and say, right, OK, I'm going to dawdle along in front here, have you nice and relaxed, and when I turn the taps on, this horse has got so much natural pace that they're not going to be able to get to him.
And Noel Feely looks the perfect substitute for Barry Geraghty, because we know he's got a terrific knack of relaxing fiery horses. All the signs are really positive for this horse. In a big field with a strong gallop on very deep ground, you might be concerned, but if they dawdle here and he relaxes, his finishing speed ought to be crucial.
An Old Guard, this is a great opportunity for young Harry Cobden. He rode a winner yesterday on Politolog up here, and you know that was a graded race where he wasn't allowed to use his claim. You know, this is a young lad who really caught the eye, and you know I think he's got a bright future. He's grabbing his opportunities, and he won last year in the Great Wood Hurdle on Old Guard. He's carried that form through. He looks so disappointing over fences though, Graham. He made hard work of winning last time when he was a 1-2 favourite.
So in typical fashion, Paul Nicholls has changed things around. Straight back to hurdles and cheek pieces on for the first time. Tactics could be very important here. There's no predictable leader, at least. 5 to 6, Tom. Strong My Tent.
Yeah, My Tent or Yours. I think few would begrudge Nicky Henderson a big win after a tricky weekend last time out. And this My Tent or Yours, even money he touched here in the ring. In now, he's hardened 4 to 5 and 5 to 6, depending on where you shop around. And perhaps the one for the forecast, interestingly, is not the one you would expect, but Chitibello, 7 to 1 into 6 to 1. He's very strong at the price. Sunbolt only showing 11 to 2, 9 to 4 Old Guard, and 10 to 1 the outsider of 4, the Mudlark, the old boy, Melodic Rendezvous.
So 4 of them, but 4 good ones. A fascinating tactical battle as well. Will My Tent or Yours get home in these conditions? Will he settle in the hands of Noel Feely? It looks like the old boy Melodic Rendezvous might well be the one to take them along here, given the way that Richard Johnson's lining up alongside Debello there. Old Guard coming back over hurdles, and it looks a good opportunity as well. Bit more money for Debello. 11 to 2 now, as we hand up to the commentary box on Betfair Chase Day, and I say a very good afternoon to Simon Holt.
Thank you, Nick, and good afternoon, everybody. And Noel Feely noticeably keeping My Tent or Yours really quiet down at the start. Should have been now 5 to 1 as they jump away and leave the starter behind them. And My Tent or Yours is settled at the back of the field as Melodic Rendezvous takes an early lead from Chitibello in the black with the pink checks on the sleeves. My Tent or Yours, green and yellow hoops on the inside, and in the bright red cap, that is Harry Cobden on Old Guard, on towards the second. Melodic Rendezvous in the blinkers for the first time. Chitibello in second. Then Old Guard and My Tent or Yours. They jump 9 flights in all. 3 flights on either side of the racecourse. So they're approaching the grandstand now. Melodic Rendezvous over what will be the last flight after a lap of the track. Chitibello in second place, then Old Guard and My Tent or Yours, and it looks a pretty steady pace. Of course, the going is quite deep today, but as Mick was saying before the race, one would have thought that the slower they go, the better it should suit My Tent or Yours, particularly as he's looking more relaxed than I can ever remember today. My Tent or Yours, wearing the hood, which probably helps in that respect, but he's quite well switched off, whereas on many of the big days in the past, he's just pulled his way into defeat. Melodic Rendezvous from Shutterbello, a length and a half to Old Guard, and My Tent or Yours, runner-up in 2 champion hurdles. So into the back straight now. Melodic Rendezvous, he certainly won't mind the ground described as heavy today. A lot of his wins have come on the heavy. Shutterbello, well, a little bit of a doubt with the ground. The horse in second. He did well on good or soft at Ayr in April. Old Guard in third there for the Paul Nicholls team. Paul's already had a winner at Ascot. Lifeboat Mona was a runaway winner of the mares race there. On the right of your picture is My Tent or Yours, Noel Feely taking them out today. On down the back straight, a little bit of a run to the next. Flight number 5. No changes in the order pretty much all the way so far. Only 4 lengths would cover them. Melodic Rendezvous and Richard Johnson already on the mark aboard Mystery this afternoon. Shutterbello moves up on the outside going to that one, joining Melodic Rendezvous, just taken back again by Harry Skelton. On now to the last in the back straight. So this is a tactical affair for this Betfair Price Rush hurdle. There's going to be a rush down the home straight when the pace quickens. Melodic Rendezvous tried hard over that hurdles, jumped it well for Johnson. He'll be aboard Coneygree in the Betfair chase. Shutterbello in second place. My Tent Yours just beginning to tank a little bit in third. Fuller running. And finally Old Guard. So they're on the home turn now and about to enter the straight. Straight of a good half mile here at Haydock. And Melodic Rendezvous by a length to Shutterbello in second. Old Guard with a run round the outside now, and there is the favourite, still pulling away very keenly now and coming through menacingly. Melodic Rendezvous down towards the third last by 2 lengths. My Tent or Yours, Shutterbello, Old Guard on the near side. They all have their chances as they approach the third last. And Shutterbello's driven into this by Skelton, takes over on the outside of Melodic Rendezvous. Now the sprint is on. My Tent or Yours still goes well. Old Guard on the left over to a big jump from Shutterbello. And Harry Skelton trying to steal this. Got 3 lengths on Noel Feely on My Tent or Yours. And Noel is now beginning to ask a few questions of the favourite. Down towards the last. Shutterbello comes in to take it. Another brilliant jump, chased by My Tent or Yours and Melodic Rendezvous. A long run in on this hurdles course. Shutterbello by 3.5 lengths. My Tent or Yours flattening Melodic Rendezvous back into second now and racing up towards the line. And an inspired ride by Harry Skelton to win on Shutterbello. From in second, Melodic Rendezvous. My Tent or Yours, you have to say, that was disappointing. An Old Guard last of the 4.